Chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Flores, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Stanislaw, quick question for you. Once the final rule is effective, what will the EPA's role be with respect to enforcing the requirements in the rule?
The rule, again, is self-implementing, so it'll be enforced either by the states or citizens.
It means the EPA has no role in enforcement, essentially, right?
Well, with the exception of an imminent substantial endangerment where we reserve that opportunity.
And the legislation, on the other hand, that we're proposing gives the EPA a continuing oversight rule to ensure that the state permit programs meet the minimum federal requirements, and it allows the EPA to implement a permit program if the states decide not to, and the EPA could take over a state permit program if the state fails to correct the deficiencies. Doesn't the EPA have a more substantial role with respect to the regulation of coal ash under the legislation than it does under the rule that you proposed?
Yeah, actually, we're not sure because I think we have questions about.
It does. What is, and I don't think this has been asked already, when does EPA plan to publish the final rule in the Federal Register?
Well, it's been sent to the Federal Register's office, so we expect it very shortly. Okay.
What changes are you proposing from the initial rule?
Well, then the no real changes. It's technical corrections.
Okay. So no substantive changes?
No substantive changes.
No substantive changes. Okay. Will there be a document that describes all the changes between the December 19th publication and the pre-publication and the version of the Federal Register?
Yeah, let me get back to you on that.
Okay. Does the EPA have the legal authority to publish a rule in the Federal Register that varies from the December 19th pre-publication version?
Sure. I mean, it's standard practice. I mean, basically, it's a cleaning up of the rule. So.
Okay. And that's based on your representation that there are no substantive changes?
That's right.
Okay. This is more of a rhetorical question. You don't have to answer, but I think isn't it preferable that the EPA issue rules based on statutory guidance from Congress instead of doing it on its own? I mean, this hearing was about the legislation we're proposing, and you've said you've read it, but yet many of the questions have been asked by members. It doesn't feel like you've had your arms around it. So I would say that it makes more sense, I think, for the EPA to have statutory authority to do something than do it on its own and not have it work as well as it could. I yield back.
Gentleman,